Okay, before you guys go to the reaction, we are doing this episode by itself. So this is season 2, episode 9. If you got, because we have an odd number, so we had to do one of them as a one episode. So I'm choosing this one. We also are going back to doing these on High Dive for this season. Crunchyroll had them. They just came out with them, but their audio is fucked. So I am going to keep it on there, and then I'll go back to Crunchyroll for season 3. Anyway, make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Check out the Patreon for the full reactions and early releases, exclusive shows, and let's go ahead and start.
この村に宿は一つしかありません。一度チェックインしてから村を散策するといいでしょう。
Man, he actually kind of came off a little scary there in that shot. Yeah. Like some creepy kid in the corn or something.
本当にすごいよ。アクアならきっと誰よりもすごい役者になれる。
See, this is what I want to see. I want to see more of when I was around and stuff. Yeah. Oh, God. He's really, really filling that role now. God damn. Yeah, he hit another level.
大切な人を失って怒りと悲しみに駆られる陶器。すごい。でもどうしてそんなに痛々しくて。
Because he's really feeling it. God damn. Drawing from that moment.
もっと苦しめよ。有馬かなに光を見たか。黒川茜と出会って理解者を得たと思ったか。演技は楽しいか。このまま全て忘れて恋とか青春とか楽しい人生を送りたいと思ったか。許さねえよそんなの。愛を死に追いやったやつを細切れにしてすりつぶして心も体も痛めつけて
It's like
死
his
よりも苦しい地獄を味合わせるまで。
That's like the spirit of his, I mean, he's still himself, obviously, even being reincarnated or whatever, but it does feel like his adult self there, kind of his past life, everything that he was feeling in that moment as a kid, he was still an adult in his mind. So it's like all that guilt and everything, he understands it, so it's put in his head there in this manifestation, but it's all festered, and now it makes me sad, honestly, because I want the best for him. Like, in this path, long term, can't end pretty. Like, it feels like a path that's gonna end up really being bad. Just, it's gonna end up bad. So I'm really hoping something's gonna happen that puts him on track. But right now, I mean, he's utilizing this for his acting, but man, I'm worried about AQUA. Yeah.
無力で何もできなかった。後悔に焼かれる僕自身だ。
Yep.
悔しくて悲しくてたった一度でいいからまた愛の声を聞きたくてその感情使うぞ。
In this case, you're utilizing it for your acting here, which works. And also, you're kind of letting out some of that as well, which can help in constructive ways like this. Shit. Damn. That's gotta be possibly the performance, you know, of the whole show right there. We know he still has a scene that he was trying to practice.
これは傷写しの鞘。自分が負った傷を他人に移し替えることができる支配者の力。でもこの子はその力を仲間の傷を自分に移し替えることに使っていた。死ぬ直前に私の傷まで持っていった。敵にまで情けをかけるなんてね。
俺の傷もなくなってやがる。まさか最初からこうして戦いを収めるつもりで。 そういうお方なんだ。だから僕たちは
この鞘の本来の使い方は
こういうことだ。
Also, special effects, 10 out of 10.
何度だって都合のいい夢を見たよな。なんかの物語みたいにご都合主義の奇跡でも起きたらって。
Oh, you were able to like save her somehow.
あの時
Yeah.
愛を救えてたら。
I mean, you got reincarnated. Like, I feel like crazy things can happen. I really wonder if that's ever going to get explained. That's in his mind, the possibility, yeah. Yes. Yes. Even though it didn't happen, and he doesn't have anything to draw from for this happy moment, him being able to think, what if, is how you draw something like this, an emotional scene. She somehow lived. Now you can, I'm glad he was, this is how he's going to be able to cry and have these strong feelings, is this. But he found it in the moment. Oh my God, I love that.
どうしたのアクア、甘えん坊さんだね。私はこんなんじゃ死なないよ。
何度願っただろう。そんな
Okay.
叶うはずのない夢を。こうして見るといつもの黒川だけど、舞台の上ではまるで別人だよな。
That was an amazing
今日から
performance,
黒川さ
though.
んって呼んでいい。いやー、天才。
天才役者、やめてよ。
I love how supportive they are
私なんかまだま
after
だ
going through all that.
改めて思い知らされてばかりで、本当の天才ってのは姫川さんとか有馬かなみたいな人を言うんだよ。
どうしたの？いい演技だったよ。
もっと上手くなりたい。
十分うまかったって。
She just wants to aspire to be better.
1ヶ月もやんなきゃいけないの？今日以上のこと想像できないって。
Yeah, normally I would have thought like theater. Oh, God damn it. Normally I would have thought like in the theater, like theater stuff and all that. Now I didn't know exactly on this, but I was wondering how many shows they would do, like how that would work exactly. But yeah, having to do it for a month, you know, it would. When I think about theater, there's always like a million, anywhere from just a few to a ton of shows to do. So they got to get used to doing it constantly.
この後事務所で YouTube の動画撮るからね。
先輩って本当に役者なんだね。私舞台とかよくわからないけど、本当にすごい役者なんでしょ。
何今さら。
子供の頃から演技の天才なんでしょ。
そうよ。私は天才なんかじゃないわよ。
And
実際に天才って言われてる人を見ればわかる。私は必死に食らいついてる。本当に難しいのは、あの時の黒川茜は異質だった。
so they both saw how good they were and thinking the other one was better. Mm-hmm.
私には真似できない技術、とてつもない存在感。それをきっかけに、アクアの演技が振り切れるほどの。
They're gonna push each other.
さらっとできるのが才能なのよ。悔しい、ムカつく。絶対に公演準備返してやるから。
それの好きだとは知ってるけど、現場を困らせちゃいけないな。仕方ないだろう。姫川は映画の撮影と並行で稽古。鴨志田も別の舞台。
Oh, they were all doing different projects.
三田に至ってはドラマ2本掛け持ちの中稽古をしてた。 全体の構成を調整するタイミングがなかった。それに今回の舞台は10代が多かった。稽古期間に伸びるやつが多かったんだよ。本番中化けるやつもいる。
Yeah, we saw it in real time.
彼女にはあまり期待をしていなかったけど、若い子には何が起こるかわからないからいいね。アイドル活動が。
It's actually kind of sad that he said that. He didn't have high hopes for her.
に可愛いと言われる子が生まれるのはなぜなんだろうって。なぜなんだ？ズバリ可愛さの説得力さ。有名なアイドルグループに所属していたり、何かの賞を取ってる子は実物以上に可愛く見えるものだろう。それと同じ。私は特別に可愛いという嘘を信じさせてくれる説得力。
Yeah, there's
僕はそれを
always some type of lie.
あの時の彼女にはそれがあった。
You can call acting lying, even though that's the thing. Like, you're always now to the extent of lying, but you're performing. So yeah, if you think about it from that aspect, there's always you're lying about something. But when people see you on a spotlight, you are gonna look, and people that look up to you or see you in a certain way, you're gonna look better than the best people are gonna look better than they actually are.
金ちゃんはどの子が有望株だと思う？良くも悪くも完成していた黒川が最後に面白い演技をした。成長のきっかけを得るかもしれない。
What about AQUA and Melt?
もうちょい待ってもらって。僕はこの時間が一番好きなんだ。観客がいい顔をして帰っていくのを
Yeah, opening night.
眺めているのがね。どうやらいい舞台だったみたいだ。
Things can always mess up on an opening night, for sure. So it went pretty goddamn well.
こうしてひとまず舞台の幕は降りる。しかし次の物語の舞台は
Comprehensive DNA Research Laboratory. Oh, so we got all the stuff. Oh, man. Okay, so are we going to see multiple performances or I mean, like, probably, obviously not the whole thing, but maybe little bits and pieces? Curtain call. Yeah. That's actually a really cool... That's the coolest curtain call I've seen. I love how they do that. And there's everybody in one shot. Or with everybody in... Well, I guess all the extras are all the bit players all in one. Because the main cast are always getting, like, the smaller... Sheila! You see her face? It's like, why do I have to do this? Done quite a few of those, but not to this type of success. Holy crap. Oh yeah. After the show, it's a fun little fact. There was one show I did I'll do it really quick, but I did like dinner theater at one point, and I was like the only person like underage. I was like 16 doing freaking show like dinner theater, and everybody would go to like Red Robin. That would be the place to go, and everyone would drink, and I'd be drinking like freckled lemonade. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do because they have a mix of adults and underage people as well in their cast. I always think of that. Like, it's such a big difference. Like, let's go. Yeah, you can have some. I always think of that. Like, man, being the youngin in the cast.
いくつか押さえてあります。
ありがとう、あかねさん。
意外とおとなしいやつの参加率高かったりするよな。
姫川も行くだろ。
ああ、そうだな。たまにはおっさんも行く？
おっさんがいたら気を使うだろう。若者だけで楽しんでこい。
気なんて使いませんよ。一緒に行きましょう。
なら行くか。
やった。
私こういうの
Those after parties were a lot better once I became an adult.
その場その場でミスしないように
Ginger ale? And you're
でもそれは演出家の仕事
she's talking like she's drinking.
ダメな芝居なら行ってくるでしょ。
チャレンジングな芝居は必要だ。
はい、アクア君もどうぞ。
ああ、悪いな。結局盛り上がってるじゃねえか。金田一敏郎、ララライの代表兼演出家でこの劇団に長く席を置いている。
そこだろうね。愛が恋をしたのは。
隣いいですか？
So that would be somebody to talk to find out maybe what he knows.
このまま千秋楽まで気張れ。
ありがとうございます。
演劇専門学校で芝居をやってた奴らが自分たちでサークル演劇を立ち上げたところから始まっている。俺も立ち上げメンバーの一人だ。
演劇学校
Oh,
の
wow,
演
it
劇
goes
とサ
back.
ークル演劇って違うんですか？
まあ学校によるが、専門学校は教員主導、サークル演劇は OB や外部の講師を自分たちで呼ぶ。やりたいことをやりたい身勝手な奴らでララライを立ち上げたわけだ。最初は人を集めるのも大変でな。ワークショップで集めた人材使って何公演か回して、まああれは失敗だったかな。もうやらん。
失敗ですか？詳しく聞きたいですね。
若い頃の失敗だ。詮索するな。
教えてください。
ダメだ。
That's gonna be harder to. Maybe you need to drink a bit.
乾杯。
はい、いってらっしゃい。
Wild chicken
こ
whiskey,
のままあの人潰して。
not wild turkey.
男ってのは可愛い女の子に継がれた酒は飲み干すもんだ。酔わせておっさんの恥ずかしい過去とやらを引き出すぞ。
I knew they were going that route. Yeah.
金田さん、この子役者なんだけど使ってあげてよ。
ルナです。
機会があったらな。
ここはどういう店なんです？モデルとかアイドルとか顔が良くても食えないやつは多い。そういうやつが事務所に内緒で働く店。
So they get second jobs. That's very much like.
楽しんで。
That's actually pretty normal. Like on the other side of things, people that were like doing theater or shoot. Anytime I did anything to do with acting or whatever, I was always working like freaking other jobs. Like, and a lot of people that make it a lot bigger and go to like LA or whatever. They're bartending, they're serving, they're cocktail waitress. That's pretty normal. Now it seems like in Japan you can't do those jobs, but like, or you have to hide that you're doing it. It seems like with some agencies, but a lot of the time, at least from my knowledge, it was never like that. In the sense you don't usually have to. You can do second jobs. You just have to make sure you're on time for everything.
結局俺らは口の固い同業者としか遊べないからな。共演者と色恋も面倒が多い。カジュアルに遊ぶならこういう場所がちょうどいいわけだ。オレンジジュースください。
オッケー。
はい。飲んでねえな、姫川。
やべ、バレた。
勘知らずが、ここまで育ててやったけりを忘れて、飲め。
はいはい、飲みますって。
飲め。
二人はどういう関係なんです？俺は養護施設出身でさ、施設出た後、
so he's kind of like how his old director is to him, maybe.
欠けてる部分を求めるように技術を吸収していく。姫川がまさにそうだった。
人聞きの悪い。
だってそうだろうが。
I'm seeing some similarities now.
そうだ。人とは違うから周りを観察して 世の中に順応しようとしてきた奴の芝居。
確かに。その
That's
気
a
はある
skill
か
in
な。
itself.
惜しいな。お前はつまらん演技をする奴だと思った。だが終盤の演技、本物の感情が見えた。
Yeah, I'm glad he noticed.
面白い。
Yeah.
まあ、俺の指導が良かったんだよね。
すぐ自分の手柄にする。
何よ。
Yeah, that wasn't
こ
you.
いつは売れっ子まで育ててやった。なのに飲まねえ。飲め。ああ。
しまった。飲ませすぎたか。
Yeah, well,
おっさん
there was always the risk of that.
俺が育てた。
すまんな。おっさんの過去話はいずれ引き出してやるから。何これ。
Private DNA test.
鑑定書。
Oh!
俺と姫川さん
Oh, shit!
父親が同じなんですよ。
No fucking way! Holy
教えてくれません
hell!
か。あなたの父親のこと。
Holy crap! More similar than I just thought. Okay, they're a little similar. They're related. I was not expecting that. Holy crap! That's insane. I'm actually kind of blown away by that reveal. I was not expecting, like, I mean, I'm sure you all noticed like similarities. I thought it was more of just, you know, you're kind of similar. You come from maybe some backgrounds of like having a mentor like that, kind of bringing you up in some same situations, but was not expecting them to have the same dad. That's crazy. Now I'm very curious what direction, what do we, where do we go from here? But now he really is the person he can talk to. I guess he realized like that was like the person that he needed to talk to for sure. Great. Anyway, make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. We're getting through this series in a pretty good pace. We're also started a bunch of new series, so check the channel, look up all that stuff because there's a lot. Patreon.com/ajrich123 if you want to watch ahead, the full reactions, exclusive shows, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.